All right, I'll make Portuguese kale soup. In here, I have already boiled 3 medium potatoes, along with 1 small onion, 3 garlic heads, and once you boil the potatoes with the onions and garlic, you want to transfer it to the blender and you want to blend it all together with some water. Then you want to transfer it back in there. And what else? While you're blending the potatoes, what you want to do is you want to add Portuguese chouriço. Okay, it's gonna give it a flavor to the soup. In here, I also added some white beans. You want to leave it whole. Now you want to let this boil. In the meantime, while that boils, what you want to do is take the rest of the beans. So this is basically 1 can with the juice that comes in the can. You want to add this to the blender. The original Portuguese caldo verde kale soup doesn't have these beans, but this is just my way, and I find out that this, if you blend these beans along with the blended potatoes, it's gonna give it even more flavor. So this has already its own juice, so you don't need any water. Gonna go ahead and blend it. Okay, that's what it should look like. You want it to blend it really, really fine. Since it's gonna be in the soup, go ahead and remove the blades. And what you want to do is transfer it. See how that water is looking? That's because of the chorizo. It's giving out the flavor. Add those beans in there. Go ahead and stir it. You can also, when you're boiling the potatoes, you can leave some of the potatoes in here. What I do is I chop them up really small so that I have the option to leave some in here and the rest to the blender. Okay. Also, when you're boiling the potatoes with the onion and garlic, you want to add 2 tablespoons of salt. Now, for those of you who cannot have salt, at least the white salt, the pink salt is a good option, a good alternative to the white salt. It's not as salty and it's healthier, and it's just in total a better choice for you. Now, if you don't have the salt, you can substitute the salt for a lot of garlic. So instead of doing 3 heads, 3 cloves, you can do a whole head of garlic. Okay, and along with 1 onion, that will give it a flavor since you can't have salt. Now in here I have 2 cups of the kale, or how we say here in America, the collard greens, sorry. And I also have a cup of cabbage. Now this is also not really traditional, but some people do add it. It also gives the flavor a boost. Now normally I will let this boil for half an hour on low heat. But because I'm doing the video, I'm gonna go ahead and add. See how nice this looks? And eventually this will all cook down. So anyway, let me go ahead and add the collard greens here. Okay. Along with the cabbage. trust me, this soup, a lot of people look at it and they say ew because it looks green, but that's the name of it, green broth. But it tastes amazing. It's basically, once you taste it, it becomes your favorite soup. What I did also add, after I blended the potatoes with the onion and the garlic, what I did add was a chicken cube. Half of a chicken cube. You don't need too much. Okay? So I added half of this. And I saved the other half. Now, it doesn't look that pretty right now. But trust me, once this cooks down, the vegetables soften up, it will look amazing. Once this softens up, the vegetables soften up. So in about an hour, once the vegetables... So basically, before you add the vegetables, I like to let the broth boil first for half an hour. Then you add the vegetables. Once the vegetables soften up, you want to let it cook on low heat still for another half hour. Okay? Or low medium heat, depending how much soup you have. Now I'm going to go ahead and cover this up. You can leave it a little bit open like that so it doesn't spill out. Alright, so you're gonna go ahead and do that, and once the vegetables are softened up and while you're cooking it for another half hour, feel free to add mini pasta if you want. We prefer here with no pasta. But the mini baby pasta, the little stars, you can go ahead and add a little bit of that. That will also taste good. Alright, so I hope you try it, my version of it, and I hope you like it. So, alright, see you next time.